Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, baby, you have been caught red-handed at the scene of the crime. And baby, your lawyer, Sean Hawley, was the main one line trying to cover up. Y'all, let's get into this mess. Woo! Thank you, ET, for hitting the like button. Y'all got me out here working on a Monday. I thought I was going to be sitting here. Make sure my mic doesn't fall down. I thought I was going to be sitting here eating bonbons, laughing about what's going on with the Kate and the Royal. And instead, we got breaking news. Now, if you guys don't know, there was a groundbreaking lawsuit filed by little Tyrone E. Blackburn. I'm sorry, Tyrone A. Blackburn. He is the lawyer to Little Rod. I believe he's also the lawyer to a few other people that are suing Diddy, women that came before Little Rod. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all got a problem, y'all better call Tyrone, right? You should get billboards up saying, call Tyrone, right? Get Erica Badu to do the commercial. Anyway, all jokes aside, a new lawsuit, well, it's not a new lawsuit. They filed an amended complaint. If you guys don't know what happened, Tyrone came and dropped a bomb on the internet, and the internet has not been the same since. I don't know what Diddy's lawyers were thinking. I do think that perhaps they are the ops, that they want him to go down, that they were sent to destroy him. A lot of things came out, right? There was like, oh my God, there's a adult entertainment star saying that's not Stevie J, that's me, that's me. To which I said, I want to see what everybody says in court, because right now, well, when you got billionaires, whole industries, high powerful people, right? Anything's possible. You can't believe anything. It's like, I'm only believing whatever y'all argue in court. And that's still alleged until you win. Okay, so that happened. And people are like, I don't know what's going on. Then Little Rod alleged that Diddy and or Justin, it was one of them, 3 people went in the room, right? Justin went in the room. Justin's friend, I think it might have been his BFF, but it was a good friend, G, went into a bathroom, and Diddy went into the bathroom at Chalice Recording Studios in Los Angeles. 2 people walked out. One person was carried to an ambulance, and I believe that he lost a leg or something because he was shot in the stomach, and I believe it either in the leg and the hip, or it went from the hip to the leg. It don't matter, right? Because one is enough. There's at least 2, 3 entry points. He bled out. There was bloody pictures, all this stuff. Now, here's where things get real. And here's where Diddy was actually caught in at the scene of the crime. And it looks like he's going down. So Sean Hawley is Diddy's lawyer. If you don't know Sean Hawley, she is the man. She is the woman that got Tory Lanez in jail. I don't know whether to applaud her or be like, because she weighs this media. Well, it's alleged that she raised this media campaign to make Meg Thee Stallion look like a liar with fake doctors things, fake police reports. Remember all this stuff circulating around online when they were like, there's a doctor that says they saw nothing. And I was like, that is written in Crayola and says he got his medical degree from the University of Scooby-Doo and says on Sesame Street Ave, right? There was all this mess going on online. And it really moved public opinion away from Meg to the point of she had to literally become vindicated in court, because when the real experts saw, people said that was Sean Hawley's work. There's also Danny Masterman, the guy from that 70s show. He plays like the curly hair one from that 70s show. I forget his name. She represented him. That mofo went to jail, right? I don't understand Diddy's team right now. You bought on Sean Hawley, who has a great name, but haven't her last 2, 3, 4 clients gone to jail? You got Bobby Sternum, which represents like international racketeering, all this stuff. But haven't a bunch of your clients just gone to jail? Most notably, Ghislaine Maxwell, the right-hand man for Osama bin Laden, and the guy that tried to kaboom the Heathrow Airport, right? Okay, so Sean Hawley and Chalice Records were in. Sean Hawley came out and said, first of all, this shooting they talk about that they're accusing Diddy of doing, first of all, this happened 2 blocks away. That can't be possible. Blah, 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 this, that, and a third. And I was like, but if you know Chalice Studios, it's like a fortress So if something happened, there would be video. But then Chalice Studios jumped into Tiffany Red. Oh, let me make a note because Tiffany Red just posted some music she made for Cassie. And I think she might have a case because that music, especially for that time, even now it sounds really good. I think she does have a case that Diddy's messed with her pockets and messed up Cassie's career, but Cassie already got her money for that, right? Anyway, right? So anyway, Tiffany Red around that time posted some shots that screenshots, the Chalice recording studios, that's where this is all alleged to take place in Hollywood, had been like, you're spreading false information. First of all, this happened 2 blocks away. I'll have you know, this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, somebody lying here because everybody has a different version of events. Someone's lying. And I remember when I said someone's lying, I said to everybody, okay? I said to everybody, forget, this is going to be a PR war. There are billions at stake. There's a whole industry at stake. And if you believe the rumors, and I do, that Diddy was the epilator, I can't say Epstein, but epilator of the rap industry, a lot of powerful people are indicted. A lot of sick, dark, disgusting, evil things happen. So I 100% believe that, of course, they will do a campaign of misinformation. Look what happened with Tory Lanez. He was yeah, he had quarantine radio or whatever, but he was a struggle rapper from Canada. Like nobody was really chatting. If you were a Tory Lanez fan, please stop. Because just because you had it on repeat, and you were making your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever mad, does not mean anybody else was checking for that. Okay. I know Tory Lanez fans be like, what are you talking about? He had some bangers to you. Okay. So anyway, I was like, someone's lying because I see the misinformation campaign going on because that's what I do for a living is read the blogs. So when you read the blogs, when you just hop in and out, like I'm sure y'all do, because y'all got jobs, y'all got this and that. This is my job. But when you actually just pay attention and look at it, you start to see the patterns. You start to see things that look like misinformation campaigns. So what did I tell y'all? I said pay careful attention. And you guys also, I have the court docs and not the old ones. Mama got the brand new ones. All right. I told y'all to pay attention to not what's said on social media, not who said blah, 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 blah. Pay attention to what A is filed in a court of law and B is argued and proof is given once it goes to trial. That's what you need to pay attention to. Baby, you can say whatever you want on Twitter. You really honestly can. In a court of law, you just come up and you're just like, oh, my fault. I was tripping. Anyway, let's keep going. Unless it is some type of testimony or affidavit or some sworn, you can always just be like, oh, I was tripping. I ain't mean that. And you just walk it back. Okay. You cannot perjure yourself unless you are giving some type of testimony, even when it comes to lawyers, because they just walk it back. So remember I said, make sure you pay attention to who files what. Well, baby, that lawsuit Little Rod filed, right? Y'all know that. It has just been amended. The complaint has been amended. And the lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, has given evidence along with screenshots to not only prove that Diddy was at the scene of the crime when make it look like Diddy is responsible for it, but also basically call Sean Hawley a liar because everything she was saying on the blogs can't be true. According to the LAPD, according to the fire department, and get this, and this is the crazy part, according to Sean Diddy Combs himself. Y'all, this lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, ain't nothing to mess with. How did Sean Hawley just come out and say stuff that he just amended the complaint? And I'm going to put it on the screen because y'all always want receipts showing the evidence. Diddy has been found at the scene of the crime. Every way that Sean Hawley says it happened can't be true. He has the evidence. On top of that, and this is the scary part, Remember how everybody said, how did Diddy get away with this for so long? Remember when Tiffany Red was like, y'all shut up, talking about you should have did this and that. These grown men were scared to do that. Remember how Kid Cudi's car got blown up and nothing happened? The fact that somebody got shot outside a recording studio, you guys, I believe, remember when Kanye said that Diddy was feds? Yeah. Kanye, a lot of stuff he said a year and a half ago, or whenever he lost that billion, sounded crazy at the time. But a lot of stuff is turning out to be true. Even to the part of, I'll make a video about this. Did y'all see the things with Usher pledging his allegiance to the Illuminati? Meek Mill's out there crashing out, right? Getting the governor to try to prove his manhood. And at the end of the day, before we get into these documents, let me just be clear. I don't care who sleeps with who at all. Listen, I don't know about anybody else. Love who you want to love. That's not my issue. My issue is if Little Rod is putting all this stuff in paperwork and it is looking like it is true, then it sounds like more likely than not, a lot of other things are true. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's not the point of whether Meek, Usher, or whatever had an orgy with Diddy. It's the point of, if you can prove this, then you can prove that when Little Rod said that Diddy was trying to break him down, he woke up in the bed and like, do you see what I'm saying? It's not about who slept with who. It's about the evil, illegal things that Diddy did. That's just one piece of evidence, and it's salacious. But think about Meek Mill's crashing out on Twitter. Yo, he crashed out. Think about Meek Mill's crashing out on Twitter, right? Think about Usher, who was named and was quiet, or sure we thought, and now he's up here doing photo ops with Russell Simmons. Why? Why did he need to do that? He's pledging his allegiance to the Illuminati. And y'all, I never believed in Illuminati, but let's just call them a network of people that, you know what? Let's get into this stuff, because I'm going to post a couple of videos about the blankual blackmail that people are saying that Diddy actually is engaging. And we're going to pull some receipts. I actually did a video about it this week, and go check it out. But if not, this guy breaks it down really well. But you guys, I got the part 2 and 3 on that. Okay, y'all ready for this? Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so listen. Hold on. Let me rewind this. Y'all always like, Tisa. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. Let me talk a little bit more, because I almost forgot to put my watermark on this, because I know, listen, we can all share. And in a perfect world, if people credited me, I could just let this go, but they're not crediting me. So I'm going to have to let it be known someplace else. All right, let me put my watermark on this. It's just going to take a second. But while I'm doing that, just give me like 20 seconds. But while I'm doing that, and I'm going to resend this thing. But while I'm doing that, let's talk about it. Usher out here pledging allegiance to the Illuminati. Why is he out there? And let me tell y'all something about that video. I mean, these pictures they're posting, every picture is super weird. But there's also this really, really, really weird one that makes me feel icky. They're all standing there and they're all cheesing. And there is a minion, if you will, there with Russell Simmons and his face looking crazy right behind her. And it's a woman's face. But they got this minion who doesn't have 18 candles. We got speaking code. They have this minion that is she got one leg up doing a full standing split with her private parts facing the camera. And then you see a woman's face in front of that, but you see her leg all the way. I don't know. It's giving me To Catch a Predator. It's giving me the ick. It's giving me, what the heck in the world is going on? That's what it's giving me. And the fact that Usher knows he doesn't have to be there, Usher didn't even have to say anything. So why is he involved? Again, it's giving me that the whole music industry is about to be exposed. And it's giving me that everybody in the music industry that was down with Diddy shenanigans are CYing, covering their own butts, or they're letting it be known that they pledge allegiance to whatever sick mess they have going on. I don't know. I'm gonna do a video about that because y'all know I got the receipts, but I don't know. This whole thing is just giving really dark, really sinister, really Jeffrey Eppilator, and it also makes me wonder what is Russell up to in Bali. I'm being serious because the way he looks, the way he acts, the things he says, it's giving blankual tourism. Okay, but that's just a little aside. I got my I think it's uploading right now. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me get my watermark one because y'all just not y'all, but people just be loving to take the stuff I dug up. It's all public record, so they can get it themselves. But the things I dug up lickety split and then talk trash about me at the same time. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, right? It's like how you like stealing from me, but talking trash. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Exhibit A. Drum roll, please. Okay. Now, starting from the beginning of this complaint, okay, he has this mess circled in this. Here's how it starts. Let me pull up the whole complaint because, baby, it has been amended and it's a doozy. Okay. Okay. So in the old complaint, it ended on line 54 in the part about Diddy being involved in the shooting in Chalice Studios. Okay. It ended on line 54 that said, as a result of this blank blank, Mr. Jones, that's Little Rod, is severely traumatized. Little Rod now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. I know that's right. Listen, Tyrone A. Blackburn, run it up, run it up, run it up. All I heard was insomnia, cha-ching, depression, cha-ching, severe anxiety. Throw another zero on there. And also PTSD. Okay. So here's where things get interesting. This is the new amended complaint. 55, it says, the following is an image of Mr. Combs, Diddy, a couple of hours before G was shot in the restroom of Chalice Recording Studios. Okay. Now, he was important. It's very important, the date, as I circled in red, September 11th, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. Why is this important? Because I believe Sean Hawley and Diddy's people tried to say that G wasn't even around when Diddy was around, but it's not over. This is just the first page, y'all. We're going to get into it. It's about 4 pages. Also, for those of you guys that don't like the long one, or your boss is tripping, or your man wants to talk about where y'all stand in a relationship, I'm going to do a short condensed form of these lives so you can know everything you need to know in like under 5 minutes. Okay. Anyway, it says defendant Chalice Recording Studios and defendant Sean Combs and Justin Combs, representative Sean Hawley. So Sean Hawley is the lawyer. She is representing, let me just put myself on the big screen really quick before we get back into it. She's representing Chalice Recording Studios, Sean Combs and Justin Combs. Well, I'm sorry. She's representing Justin and Sean and Chalice Recording Studios. I would assume they have their own lawyer. They better lawyer up. He directly calls out Sean Hawley, saying they're providing conflicting and intellectually dishonest accounts concerning the shooting that Diddy was involved in. They said on or about February 28th, 2024, Chalice Recording Studio sent an Instagram message which alleges that G was shot half a block away from Chalice. Okay. If you guys don't remember that, that is what Tiffany Red actually said happened. That is what Tiffany Red actually said happened. Hold on. Now, they have a screenshot of the Chalice Recording Studios, whatchamacallit. Hold on, y'all. Where are you at? Okay, well, I have it on my phone. Hold on. So they have a screenshot of Chalice Recording Studio. They said that, and also it looks like Chalice Recording Studio actually messaged the lawyer, it looks like. They said, Chalice said, the shooting occurred a half a half a block away from Chalice, and it was a result of a robbery. There are police reports corroborating this. Please wait for the facts to come out before you start contributing to the defamation of our organization. That is an Instagram message directly from Chalice Recording Studios. Now, you guys, this screams of a massive cover up. Let me just set it up for you guys, okay? Esquire Blackburn goes on to say, upon information and belief, Sean Hawley claimed that she had evidence the shooting took place several blocks away and that G returned to the studio after being shot. This is line 58. Upon information and belief, TMZ reports that their law enforcement sources claim that the story that was told to cops that night, namely that the victim, G, was robbed at gunpoint and shot by unknown assailants outside. The gunshot victim stepped outside of the studio around 3:30 a.m. and was accosted by two individuals, at which point they tried to rob him, and the man suffered a gunshot wound. Now, here's the thing. This is what they added. They said, below is an image of the front of Chalice Recruiting Studios. The lawyer was also shady. Tyrone Blackburn was also shady and said Sean Hawley, in a footnote, previously represented Tory Lanez and Danny Masterman, two people that are both in jail for a long, long time. Okay. Now, they say that in the photo above, there is a security gate that is being blocked by a white van. So if you zoom in on the photo, right? And if you guys want to zoom in, if you zoom in on the photo, you see that there is a security gate behind the white van. Now, anybody that's ever been in Hollywood, West Hollywood, whatever, you know everything except a place of business. And by business, I mean something where you can go in and buy something like a store or a furniture store. Everything is behind a security door, especially when it comes to anything in the entertainment industry. This goes from recording studios to sound stages to recording, at content labs. Everything has security, especially with the homeless problem in LA, the robberies, the gangs, all this stuff. You just cannot walk in off the street like you can in New York. New York, you can walk into the lobby and there might be a security person saying, how can I help you? But in California, it's gated right off of the street. Okay. Probably because in New York, there can be lobbies. In California, you just like walk in. A lot of stuff is one level only. Anyway, they say and this is new. This is brand new. This is not the filing that was filed last week. They just filed this exactly at around 11:15, 11:20 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So this is hot off of the presses. Y'all ready? They said, upon information and belief, to enter the building, you must buzz the gate and announce what session you are there to attend. Once the correct session is confirmed, you must then go past another layer of security before you can enter the reception area. Once inside the reception area, you must identify yourself and the receptionist will check to ensure that you are on the list of visitors for that session. Once you are confirmed, you are then allowed in. To get to the restroom where G was bleeding out, you would have to follow the maze. This is line 64, the amended complaint. You would have to follow a maze. Once you've passed the receptionist, you must walk down a long hallway, walk past 3 recording studios, turn left, and go past a lounge area before you arrive at the restroom where G was bleeding out. TMZ also reported that Diddy and Justin Combs were not present in the studio when the police arrived. That is factually inaccurate. He is now calling them out in legal documents, saying what TMZ said was a lie and that they were there. What does that lead us to believe? Already, let's pause because we have to catch up. What is this attorney alleging, Tyrone Blackburn? A couple of things. It seems he is alleging Sean Hawley is engaging in a cover-up. It seems he is also alleging, hold on, my sweater is getting hot. It seems he is also alleging It's a massive cover-up. One that Sean Hawley, TMZ, because TMZ has connections to the LAPD. Perhaps the LAPD, right? And also the fire department, because they're the ones that sent out the ambulance, might be engaging in. As of now, he is implicated that either Sean Hawley is being untruthful to TMZ and TMZ is repeating information based on what Sean Hawley says, or two, they're all in it together. Let's continue and see what happens. Okay. So let me just rewind because this is important. To get to the restroom where G was bleeding out, you would have to follow a maze. Once you pass the receptionist, and that's after you got buzzed in off the street and have to explain to the receptionist, blah, 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 blah. You must walk down a long hallway, walk past 3 recording studios, right? Turn left and go past a lounge before you go to the restroom where G was bleeding out. Hold on. TMZ reported that Diddy and Justin, his son, were not present in the studio when the police arrived. That is factually inaccurate. You see, line 66, Diddy and Justin Combs were both located in Studio G, across the parking lot from the building where G was shot, Studio A. So if you guys don't know, the parking lot is very small. You can see that from, let me put this on the big screen. You can see that from this gate right here. So here's one building on the left and one building on the right. It is a very small walkway. He's saying, by them saying that he was not in the studio where G was shot, he's saying that is intellectually dishonest, because let's break it down. They were both in the studio, located in a studio. They were both in Studio G across the parking lot from the building where G was shot. That was near Studio A. Diddy and Justin hid out in recording Studio G while the police investigated and were the first to depart after the officers left. Now, mind you, G is Justin's good friend. One would imagine that even if your good friend got robbed 2 blocks away, you would come out and see what's going on, see if they're okay, make a statement to the police, right? Little Rod is alleging that Justin and Diddy were in the bathroom with G. Now, here's what I want to know. What were they all doing in the bathroom together? What were they doing in the bathroom together? Because what happened in Diddy's studio, but we'll get to that later, okay? I'll make a, because I've been hearing words about that. Because don't forget, the lawsuit said that Justin also participated in freak-offs. And Diddy was there in freak-offs because he's the one that taped them. So I don't know. You know, they say a family that prays together stays together. What do you think about a family that does freak-offs? Anyway, let's get to the next slide so I can continue this show. Again, you guys, this is breaking news. This is breaking news. This was just filed. This is not the original lawsuit by Little Rod. This is a new amended complaint that has been filed by Tyrone A. Blackburn. He amended the complaint to add this section to basically call Sean Hawley, Diddy, and all them liars about the shooting and say they have receipts. And baby, if this can be believed, this goes to the top. First of all, TMZ, but we already give them the side eye, but maybe to the top of the LAPD. Let's continue. Okay. They're saying that here he shows exhibit. He says, Mr. Combs published the Love Records Chalice Recording Studios assignment list. So Diddy posted this on his stories. This idiot. Diddy stayed in Studio G throughout the duration of the writer's camp. Okay? He stayed in Studio G throughout the duration of the writer's camp. Now, they said, after being shot in the stomach and hip and leg, G was physically incapable of walking. Therefore, the notion that he was shot several blocks away, this is what Sean Hawley says. He puts it in quotation marks, Sean Hawley, according to Sean Hawley, half a block away, which is CRS. So let me just repeat that because I know I made it sound confusing. They are 100% saying that after G was shot, he was physically incapable of walking. Okay? This is evidenced by what the paramedics said. He was bleeding out. He was shot in the stomach, hip, leg. Of course, yeah, he couldn't walk. Tyrone Blackburn is saying that this is proof that it is physically impossible that he was, as Sean Hawley said, shot several blocks away. And as Chalice Recording Studio said, shot half a block away. Or as he stepped outside the studio, is also impossible. This is what he says in line 68. If G could do so much walking as Sean Hawley and Chalice Recording Studio claims, then Mr. Jones, then Mr. Jones would not have been required, and Mr. Jones is Rodney, he would not have been required to physically pick him up off the restroom floor and walk him through the maze that is Chalice Recording Studios for him to receive care from the ambulance. As of the date of this filing, neither the Los Angeles Police Department nor the Los Angeles Fire Department have released any official reports surrounding this shooting. There has been no body camera footage and no 911 call recording. So the lawyer is now alleging that the police department will not release any police reports related to this shooting. On top of that, they are alleging that the police are saying there is no 911 recording. Also, they said what is even more disturbing is that there has been no sighting of G. No one knows where to find G. G exists. People know what G looks like. They know how to. People at the scene even talked to, because they were interviewed by the police. So this G person exists. But after this happened, no one knows G's whereabouts. Has anybody dug up Diddy's Montauk estate? I'm just saying. I don't know, but I would. On top of that, even though TMZ and Sean Hawley keep reporting what the police says and what Chalice Recording Studios keep saying are reported in documents, the police cannot seem to find any police reports or any record of this happening, even though they know it happened because it was reported on the news, but there were no names given. It was all very shady. They're also saying that the 911 call that can shed light on exactly what the people in that moment when they found G bloody and unable to walk in the bathroom, and this could actually prove what actually happened and what the correct recollection is, they can't seem to find it either. Now ask yourself why Cassie stayed in that relationship for 10 years and was afraid to leave. Ask yourself why Tiffany read and everybody had to sit there while Diddy stole food out their mouth, and she had to sit there and watch her good friend go through hell. Ask yourself why a woman or man, I'm not talking about Wale, was hung over a balcony, I think a 14-foot balcony, and nobody called the police. Ask yourself why Kid Cudi's car was blown up in the driveway. Not one police report, not one anything. Ask yourself how Little Rod felt like he had no choice but to do Diddy's bidding, because when Diddy said he would murk his own mom, imagine, he said, I would murk my own mom. What you think I do to you? Imagine how Little Rod didn't think it was true. Imagine that. But let's keep going, y'all, because there's more to this. Woo! Listen, if any of y'all have any issues with your employer, with your boss, if anybody's looking too long at your booty, if anybody makes you feel uncomfortable, and all jokes aside, if anybody even tries to do the Diddy role with you, y'all better call Tyrone, baby. This is 2024. We are not doing this anymore. It's 2024. I know the music industry was running like wolves and vultures eating everything they wanted. Baby, you can't do that mess no more. It stops in 2024. Really quick, let me get to some of these super chats. Coco Love Sam, thank you so much for joining. Mama got bills to pay. Jarias, welcome so much to the membership. Hey, Lori, AK Lolo, thank you so much for joining. And Bonita Howard, big special thanks to you. These are the newest, youngest members of the channel. We are going to try to do a members only Monday. If not, it's going to be a thanks for reminding me, members only Tuesday. Also, chocolate flavor. Thank you so much. You said loud. Don't get me fired because I'm here for all of it. Baby, listen, just pop those earbuds in. If you don't want to pay for AirPods, just get those 1999 ones they be selling on Amazon. Celeste Lou said, I literally get in my car and yell, what's the tea, Tisa? Why I look for your videos to drive home to. I live for your long lives. Thank you for always keeping us up in the drama. Oh, thank you so much, Celeste. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. Let's get back into this mess. Oh, Jenny W. Jenny W is the newest, youngest member of the Tattle Tells. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's get back into this. Everybody got their Dora the Explorer, your Scooby-Doo, what it do mysteries out. Is everybody actually ready for this? Because, baby, the fact that, all jokes aside, Diddy was getting away with this, now we're beginning to see why. Tell me, and before I get back into this document, because I need y'all to tell me, listen, West Coast Tattle Tells, especially West Coast Tattle Tells, tell me anytime a shooting at one of the most popular recording studios in LA happened. A shooting happened, and the police don't take anyone into custody. The police don't have the report. Tell me last time a shooting happened when there was one of the biggest people in hip hop there at the studio and their son and plenty of people. Tell me when that doesn't happen. Tell me when the LAPD and 911 calls are lost. For anybody that lives in LA, and especially the way the LAPD be salivating for anything dealing with a high profile, anybody in the hip hop industry, they be salivating to say something. Can y'all please tell me how this happened? I want to know. Anyway, y'all, let's get back into this lawsuit because, baby, the tea is not over. I agree 100% with what this young lawyer is actually saying. Is he young? Is he old? What this lawyer is saying, right? Because, okay, so get this, right? Let's rewind it. Line number 66. These are new documents. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it for the people just joining us. These are new documents, not the documents that were submitted by Little Rot last week. This is an amended complaint. This is hot off the presses. I would say this is an exclusive, but it's public information. And I know nobody, be it the blogs or YouTube, have picked it up yet. How? Because I did a scan right before I jumped on live. So I guess this is a temporary exclusive. Okay, because I got to the court documents first. Anyway, right? As of the date of this filing, neither the Los Angeles Police Department nor the Los Angeles Fire Department, they send the ambulance, have released any official reports surrounding this shooting. So they are trying to say, one, TMZ couldn't say their sources because there hasn't been any official reports. And Sean Hawley would not have had direct access. But here's the disturbing part. The reason they haven't released any reports, it seems like Tyrone Blackburn is saying, is because they're saying that they can't find it. There's no body cam footage. There's no 911 call recording. What's even more disturbing is that, again, and I cannot stress this enough, G is missing. G is missing. How do you get shot in the stomach, the leg, everything? There were rumors. I remember when this happened in September of 2022, I heard rumors that there had been a shooting, honestly, involving Diddy. I don't want to say anything because I was like, well, there's really no proof. There have been shootings involving Diddy and that person lost their leg. Now, I do not know if they lost their leg, but the lawyer is even putting in his thing that no one can locate G. So we need to ask ourselves, is G sitting next to Jonathan Oddie? If you guys don't know who Jonathan Oddie is, please go check my lives because Jonathan Oddie is a man that was arrested for going pow, pow, pow in the Trump Coral or Doral Hotel or whatever. But back then when he was interviewed by police, he started saying in 2014 that Diddy and Cassie hired them to basically have freak offs where they would get high as a kite, There would be other things. Diddy would, but he literally says what a freak off is. And this is in 2014. And everybody thought he was crazy. But again, unless he's a time traveler, how would he know the things that Cassie actually alleged in her suit too? Anyway, and Diddy had a place in Florida. He still has a place in Florida, but him and Cassie were always down in Florida back then. But let's keep going. 70. They said the unfortunate, let me go to the next slide. Hold on, y'all. They said the unfortunate shooting of G, the unexplained disappearance of G, the lack of disclosures by the LAPD and LAFD. So now he's saying they either don't have it or they're refusing to give it, but they're blockading it. And the incoherent nature of Sean Hawley and Chalice Recording Studios' account of the shooting raises more questions than answers and points to foul play and a massive cover-up. He goes on to say, the deafening silence from the attendees of the CRS shooting stems from the understandable fear that the attendees would be sued by Diddy for violating a non-disclosure agreement. Hold on a second. Hey, no news. Okay. All right. So for violating, okay, bye-bye. A deafening silence from the attendees of the CRS shooting stems from the understandable fear that the attendees would be sued by Diddy for violating a non-disclosure agreement. Don't forget, right? Non-disclosure agreements protect, you can break it if you're not doing anything criminal, right? However, the police usually have to be involved and deem the activity criminal. And this might be how Diddy gets away with everything. Because if the police don't deem anything criminal, right? And then you go and you're like, no, but that didn't happen. Yeah, you'll be a warrior and a justice for truth. But do you see legally how you'll be the person on musical chairs when the music goes off and you're just standing there? Do you see how maybe this is the way, also the way Diddy was able to get away with everything? Think about it. The police don't ever file charges. Again, this makes me think Diddy's feds, right? The police don't ever file charges. Okay, so you got that going. But then, right, you make people sign NDAs. And because the police ain't filing charges, if you break the NDA, you can sue somebody into the ground. And the police are just going to keep things hidden or keep things hush. And who has the money to go against a billionaire? Especially when you consider, right? Think about the stuff that was in Cassie's lawsuit. The way she said that, like, the hotel security gave him the footage. He was able to buy it. Police were called, but no arrests were ever made. Diddy, even look at the stuff that happened with Shine and that woman that said that Diddy, was the one that blinked her in the face. But, after that happened, Diddy harassed her for 24 years. Even look at Wendy Williams, right? No matter what you think about her, it is indisputable that Diddy literally basically put a hit out, or well, put the word out for Wendy, and Wendy felt like she was in so much danger that she left New York City. Let's also not forget the way Diddy savagely beat Steve Stout. Let's also not forget what Tiffany Red claims her music was used for. Let's also not forget everything Cassie alleged in her complaint. Let's also not forget Mark Curry saying that Diddy was putting stuff in people's drinks. Let's also not forget Gene Dill. Let's also not forget Columbus Short. Let's also not forget Cat Williams. Let's also not forget everybody except for the people that hang in Diddy's circle, right? Should we listen to, hold on really quick, y'all. Hold on. Should we listen to, who is it? Should we listen to, I'm back. Should we listen to who? Kevin Hart? Diddy helped him make the come up. Who should we listen to? Should we listen to Tiffany Haddish? Baby, she's over there making a fool for herself, proving that she will do anything for an MF and dollar, including get on a plane and co-sign horrific things going overseas. Baby, ugh, God, please. Anyway, right? Who are we supposed to listen to? Are we supposed to listen to Clive Davis, who literally Whitney Houston wrote a letter to Brandy saying they were trying to drown her, and then Whitney Houston showed up, what, a couple of weeks later in a bathtub drowned above Clive Davis's Grammy party? Should we listen to Clive Davis, who didn't even shut down the party while her body was being wheeled out? Who should we listen to? Who should we listen to? Think about it. Because should we listen to Usher, who's busy pledging his allegiance to the Illuminati? Who should we listen to? At the end of the day, let's get back into this. At the end of the day, again, everybody wanted to know how this happened. Baby, this is like a small town when something happens and the police chief is on the take. There ain't no protection, especially if somebody has this much power. Anyway, let's continue. They said a few days prior to September 12th, 2022, a few days prior to the September 12th, 2022 shooting inside a Chalice recording studio, Diddy required all attendees of the Chalice recording studio shooting to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Interestingly enough, Little Rod did not sign the agreement. They said a copy of the non-disclosure agreement that a witness who was asked to remain anonymous provided for this writing is attached. Y'all, Diddy, so they put it on attachment A. Hold on, let's find the attachment, shall we? It's attachment A. My phone's always embarrassing me the way Diddy. Oh, yeah. One second. Okay. Anyway, there is an attachment. As soon as I can get to it, I will. But honestly, y'all, give me 1 second. What do y'all think of this? Do y'all think that this rings true? I'll say one thing, right? I'll say one thing. Maybe I'll do an attachment in a different live, right? I'll say one thing. Sean Hawley just got caught in a lie. Diddy was just caught at the scene of the crime. Even them saying that he couldn't have been in the recording studio. There's pictures of him literally at the scene of what happened to G. And also, where is G? You know, honestly, if I was really, they're also saying that Diddy and Justin were not even at, this is what Sean Hawley looks like is trying to maintain, that Diddy and Justin weren't even there when there is photographic evidence that they were there. They were there at the time of the studio. And also, where's all of Chalice recordings, security footage? You would think in a crime like a shooting and investigation, both outside security footage and inside security footage. But what do y'all think of this mess with Sean Hawley? Again, Sean Hawley, this is embarrassing. She just got caught in a lie. TMZ got caught in a lie. Diddy was caught on the scene, was caught at the scene of the crime. So there's a lot of people, and I don't blame y'all because, you know, I got Twitter fingers too when I used to be, and I run my mouth. So yeah, this is all about speculation, okay? So we welcome the opinion, of course. We always do because, you know, I got mine. But at the end of the day, the one thing that we can actually agree on is the fact that when we saw these conflicting reports and we said someone's lying, it don't sound like it's Tyrone Blackburn, because as much as Sean Hawley wants to release information, as much as that P-Star wants to say some stuff, as much as Meek Mills, Stevie J, Usher, all these people got whatever, whether they sitting on mute, what, the only person that's standing 10 toes down on business, that's actually putting the mess down, that's actually literally saying, oh, I stand 10 toes down on this and we're going to hash it out because, baby, I got receipts to back it up, is Little Rod by way of his attorney, Tyrone Blackburn. That's the only one. I don't want to hear what y'all heard. Well, I do want to hear what y'all heard on Twitter, but I'm not taking anybody that's posting things anonymously on Twitter seriously. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm not. Diddy got some of the biggest, most high profile, but oddly enough, big losses in the last couple of years. Attorneys on his team, baby, they are literally tap dancing, break dancing, pop locking on Diddy's bank account. Please believe, right? He probably got his yacht on sale at the James list, right? Got that yacht for sale on the James list. But my whole point of the matter is, yeah, again, we can discuss theories that, but Diddy's team is releasing stuff through social media, TMZ, this and that, baby. Tyrone Blackburn, in his original filing, said that he has hundreds. His client, Little Rod, has hundreds of hours explaining this, doing this, standing on business. And he can't wait for his day in court. Because, baby, let me tell y'all something. If he's releasing this now, can you imagine what he really has to make the jury go, oh my God? Can you imagine what he's holding? He didn't empty the clip out, right? Hold on, guys. Gotta get comfortable. He didn't empty the clip out. So can y'all imagine what's actually in that clip? That this is the warning shot? Y'all, Diddy is done, 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 done. But more importantly, I do really worry about Little Rod and the attorney because this is getting dark. And there are really, really, really big analogies to what Diddy is doing and what Jeffrey Epstein did. Yes, I know his name. I'm speaking in code. What Jeffrey Epstein did. And there's also a lot of parallel to the protection that Epstein. Remember when Diddy flew Miami out to her private island and he called it Loved Island? What was going on with that island? Was Diddy looking at Jeffrey Epstein being like, so there's an island for sale, do you say? Do you know what I'm saying? It just makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Let me get into this chat really quick, okay? Hey, Katie, welcome. Everybody, welcome the youngest Tattle Tell ever, Katie. Also, we got BK. What's up, BK? You said, thank you so much for the super chat. But BK said, this is why they call it Hollyweird. Anything goes. It's not worth it. Let me tell you something. I do believe that if somebody has a dream, they should go for it. I think it's sad. Blessings to the people that can somehow navigate without being pulled down. But I do think it's sad that it's allowed to pray. And I do believe it's allowed to pray because there's some type of ulterior motive. And you know what? I'm going to sound like my mom and dad right now, but maybe they were right because there is a particular brand of poison that is pushed out in hip hop. And not all hip hop, just a certain type of hip hop. And it was pushed out and allowed. Ask yourself how, you can have a song about something that's just like a chill party song, it's a bop. But one talking about really grimy, disgusting things is what they push. Ask yourself why Kodak Black, Extension, 6ix9ine, Extension. Ask yourself why those people were, and please don't be like, oh my God, they had talent. Because baby, there's a lot of talent, both found and unfound. That's not enough. It's like R. Kelly. Okay, fine, you got out the way, but there are other people that will come and take your place. So my point in all this saying is, I don't know. It's giving the fact that they want a certain mindset pushed. The only thing they effed up on is, that thing when you start, when everybody lives in a village and you start poisoning the well, baby, it's only a matter of time because you drink some of that poison water too. This is how America effed up. See, it was all cool because they thought that's why they got so mad with segregation. They thought if they just kept all the minorities together, specifically Black people, that they could just pour poison into our neighborhoods, come in, burn it down when they wanted, do the Ellings, do all this stuff. I want to get anonymized, and it's cool and they can get away with it. Okay. That's what they thought. The only issue was because we are a dysfunctional village, but we are a village. Pretty soon, the message you were pushing on Black inner city youths went out to those suburbs. And now you got these kids tatted up, wanting to be like Kodak Black. You got the people, the Drake. You see what I'm saying? They just didn't count on the poison they put out coming back. But let me get to what my parents said. I think it's a little deeper than that, because here's the thing. And listen, yes, I'm about to go into like some stuff, but just humor me, if you will. One of the reasons why the entertainment world is so important is because they are the faux rich. They are meant to be the bridge between, especially in America, between the average working person and the uber wealthy. Now, while most people could imagine but never achieve well, they aspire to be Jeff Bezos' wealth, most people will think that that type of enormous wealth can never be achieved. But being a Kim Kardashian, being a Kendall Jenner, being a Flo Millie, that can be achieved, right? With being a Charlize Charlize Theon, or whatever, right? Being a Brad Pitt can be achieved because they are celebrities that come from, most of them have working class backgrounds, and they hustle. Who knows what they have to do, but they hustle and they achieve this lifestyle that on paper looks like the nouveau rich. It looks like the elite, the wealthy, but they're just cosplaying the wealthy. Remember when Kim Kardashian was like, yeah, I'm in new rooms, I just see bigger things? Because Kim was like, wait, with Kanye, I feel like I'm just cosplaying wealthy. I want to be Jeff Bezos' plaything. I'm just saying. And then I'll be real wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So the celebrity's goal is to cosplay the wealthy, to show the benefits of a wealthy lifestyle, but they don't necessarily have the money to sustain the celebrity lifestyle, which is why when a lot of actors and actresses stop working, you see them kind of like slide down the where are they now? You know what I'm saying? Some are destitute. Some have an okay life, but it's upper middle class. It's not wealthy. And by wealthy, I mean like the elite, the 0.00001%. So that is their goal. That is their purpose. The purpose also is that if a class war ever breaks out, the celebrities will be the first ones pulled down because they are a distraction. So we never look at the uber wealthy and ask, is it really just and fair that one human being can hold $100 billion? Is it really just and fair when people are starving on the street that one human being can hold $600 billion? Okay. So keep that in mind. That's one factor. Now, when you keep that in mind, you really then have to wonder if celebrities' role is to distract, to placate, to give the average person something to think about besides the injustice in the world. And the biggest injustice is, why do you have so much and I have so little? Music is the oldest art form in the world. It's the oldest. I mean, maybe next to drawing, maybe people were drawing stuff with a stick, but music, from the birds singing to the waves catching it, sound is so deep. That's why you go to sound baths. That's why there are studies that show, and these are real quantum physics studies, that if you have a glass of water, right, and you yell into it, you idiot, you dummy, and you say very negative things to the water, or you have a glass of water and you speak positivity, you speak love into it. I know this sounds a little odd, but Google it. This has actually been scientifically proven. When they freeze the water that was spoken to negatively has a different structure, right? It freezes in a different structure than the water that was spoken to with love and positivity. I say all this to say that Eastern medicine has known this for a while, Eastern philosophy. Even if you get into Western philosophy and medicine early on, that's why they say words have power. Music is words on steroids. It gets into your mind, it gets into your heart, it can move you to feel happy, sad, it can move you to want to fight. But it is the easiest way to get ideas. And I'm not even talking about like something like, demonic chants underneath. No, I mean like it can get ideas into people's heads about what relationships look like, what success looks like, what hierarchy looks like, what revolution looks like. It can placate, it can make you accept. Music is a powerful tool. It always has been, even more than art. Because some people will be like, well, I don't mess with art, but nobody doesn't mess with music. And when you think about the power of music, the power to get into the minds of the young, to mobilize, to decentralize, to placate, whatever you need it to be, and you look at a government that is increasingly run by a modern day oligarchy, which is what you call the social media titans and what you call the corporations that are now running America. It's true. Go look at the Wall Street Journal, like the mom and pop store is over. When you look at that, and when you look at their need to control almost to a pathological level, and you look at what's going on with Diddy, and you look at the filth, it's not just about money, it's about power. It's about power. And when you look at all that, well, take with that what you will. But it is the recipe for something that is very, very bad for all of us. I do not believe all this was about money. I believe it was about power. I think they used blankual blackmail to achieve that power. But I believe that the music industry has a more sinister role in a lot of things than people say. It is money, but I think it's more than power also. That's what I think. I know I sound like my mom and dad right now, because when I was like young, I'd be like, oh my God, like, can you guys please just turn it up, But when you even look at what happened with the futures, the mumble rap, right? Yeah, it's some bops and joys, but look at that time when drug addiction, not just in the Black neighborhoods, but in the white neighborhoods, skyrocketed, when the whole nation was addicted to Percocets and pill killers knowingly by the pharmaceutical company. At the end of the day, they're bleeding America dry on so many levels. And maybe it's happening globally, but I'll stick to the country I know, right? Could be happening globally, but I'm speaking on the country I know. They're bleeding dry, bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. And it's so weird about, like you said, that the poison you do in another person's yard in a village will come out to you. America did extraction capitalism in almost every nation in the world. That's modern day colonialism, extraction capitalism. And now the roosters have come to the nest and they're doing extraction capitalism fueled by the entertainment and the music industry on its own people. And once they are done taking everything they can from this country, they'll probably move on to the next. The only problem is because they don't think quickly enough to the billionaires. Where's next? Where you plan on going on Mars? Good luck. Because that's another thing. This is the last thing I'll say before I let y'all go, right? Remember, there's all these things about, oh my God, the billionaires are building bunkers. We have to stop thinking that people that are billionaires, the only thing you know how to do is make $1. That does not make you a philosopher. It does not make you a gentleman. It does not make you worthy of leadership. Oftentimes in a capitalistic society, I'm not talking about just getting ahead. I'm talking about when you get into billions, hundreds of billions, you literally are the best person to exploit your other fellow human being and not look at them as human and just extract like a monster. That's all it means. You can literally be a sociopath and just extract. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care. You just want that money. And people are like, oh my God, all these billionaires are now buying bunkers. Billionaires do not see the future. Rich people do not see the future. Because at the end of the day, the one thing they didn't point out is, okay, let's just say this whole world turns to dust. And y'all all there with your 500 million, $2 billion bunkers that look like little cities underneath. Baby, when there's no more, and you might have a little police force down there and all this other stuff, but baby, when you destroy power structures that you are at the top of and you rebuild new ones, baby, why would they think that they would ever? If we're underneath in a bunker and all this is going to lay, and I know the only difference between you and me running this ish is me getting an uprising. What is the Jeff Bezos? Again, these billionaires, they just don't think it out, because you cannot even maintain your power if the existing structure of this world falls. Because why would I listen to a Jeff Bezos if we're locked in or Mark Zuckerberg, if we're marked in a bunker, locked in a bunker in Hawaii because it's been the end of days? What the F do I care about Facebook, Instagram, or any of that ish? You better come off that food. That's all that matters. But that's when it returns back to what it always should be. The people that actually know how to build community and can hold the community up and help repair the community, those will be the pillars of what a healthy society is. Anyway, right? Anyway, listen, thank you. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Melon Energy got it. She said billionaires need a system to sustain that status. Thank you, Melanated Energy. Thank you. She gave me the Cliff Notes. She gave me the Cliff Notes. Okay. So when you look at the society of celebrities are faux billionaires and they are put in place by the billionaire class to distract the masses. So all our anger always goes into why this celebrity is flying their private jet. Never mind the billionaire that's polluting all our water and stuff. And you look at the role of the music industry and the role of the fact that, like art, music, that's why they want to control social media. That's why they want sanctions, because whoever controls what people consume, and music is the most consumed art, will have the spoils of war. Anyway, the spoils of war. Sorry, guys. All right, y'all, listen. Let me read a few comments, but just let y'all know it's going to be a heavy upload day. I got a few more exclusives. I told you I would come through, not just with the court docs, but with the updated court docs. Listen, I'm going to do a little quick, I don't know, 5-8 minute video just to run through this really quick. I'll post it later if nobody had time to watch this. Listen, exactly. TC said, all of them are in on it. Everyone. Music is a tool of warfare now. It is. It is a tool of warfare. It is. It is. And there's things that are coming. Well, you know what? Let me stop, because y'all going to say I have a tin hat. But I researched these things. And a lot of things that they told us 20 years ago was like, a lot of things. Hold on. A lot of things that they told us 20 years ago, that's ridiculous. What are you talking about? Ooh, tin hat conspiracy theory. It's funny how now we're finding out that a lot of it was true. But you know, like my mom always said, the biggest lie the devil ever told is that they don't exist. Baby, it's 2024 and there's devils everywhere we look. You guys stay prayed up. If you don't believe in God, make sure that karma is looking good. All right, y'all. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.